Hello and welcome to the Brotherhood of Geeks. I am Brett J. Rasmussen, and I'm here to go ahead and watch the PS5 Pro technical presentation that Mark Cerny is hosting. This is pretty much the presentation that I have yet to go ahead and watch. So we're going to hear about the PS5 Pro, and let's see what Mark Cerny has to say about the PS5 Pro. Let's begin.
Hi, I'm Mark Cerny. I'm excited to be here to talk about the newest addition to our console lineup, PlayStation 5 Pro, and how it advances gaming technology. But first, I want to take just a minute to look at what we put in the original PlayStation 5 and how it delivers an exceptional gaming experience.
Okay. I mean, I love the PS5. Like,
when
the regular PS5 is great.
2020, it brought a lot to the table. 8 Zen 2 CPU cores form the brains of PlayStation 5 and enable high-speed complex gameplay, with character counts reaching into the hundreds and frame rates that can be as high as 120 frames a second.
Okay.
PS5 has a powerful RDNA 2 GPU, which can render anything from intricate details to fantastic worlds with vast panoramas to explore. Ray tracing allows for dramatic visual improvements, including reflections off of water or glass.
Yeah, the ray tracing on the PS5 is phenomenal.
From real-time global illumination. A custom SSD can load data at breathtaking speed.
Yeah, playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart with like shifting between game worlds is nuts. I love Rift Apart.
And data streaming rates so high that traversal speeds are essentially unlimited.
Yeah, when you switch in Spider-Man 2, you switch between Miles and Peter almost instantly.
Brings an unparalleled sense of immersion to the sound of the games. With audio so real, you may not even need to see the enemies to know exactly where they are.
The 3D audio is one of my favorite features on PS5. And the DualSense is the best PlayStation controller, hands down.
It's wonderful to see such variety and richness of game experiences. Creators have made amazing use of the hardware capabilities, but when I talk to them, I do hear about their desire for more graphics performance. The dreams of the developers are bigger than can be supported at 60 frames per second, and that leads to an aspect of modern gaming that we're all familiar with: graphics modes. It can be a difficult choice for players. Fidelity modes emphasize the visuals, typically through higher resolution rendering. These modes might also have enhanced detail or use more ray tracing.
Yeah, and that's the mode I kind of like to use when I'm playing my games, is Fidelity.
The visuals can be choppier, and the controls less responsive. Performance modes emphasize frame rate and interactivity, typically choosing to run 60 frames per second, mainly by reducing the graphical detail until those frame rates can be achieved. When asked to decide on a mode, players are choosing performance about 3/4 of the time.
Oh, really?
Removing that decision, or at least narrowing that divide, is one of the key targets for PlayStation 5 Pro. We want to give players the graphics that the game creators aspire to, at the high frame rates that players typically prefer. To do that, PS5 Pro substantially improves over PlayStation 5 in 3 ways. Here's what we call the Big 3. First, we made the GPU much larger and increased the speed of the memory it uses. The result is rendering that's up to 45% faster. Second, we made major upgrades to the ray tracing, taking a streamlined and accelerated approach that allows calculation of the rays at double or even triple the speeds of PlayStation 5. And finally, we added custom hardware for machine learning and an AI library called PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, or PSSR for short. PSSR analyzes the game images pixel by pixel and can add an extraordinary amount of detail, which boosts the effective resolution of the games. Game creators are adding PS5 Pro support to new and existing titles, and with the Big 3 involved, the results can be pretty amazing, with graphics showing something like fidelity levels of detail, but at double the frame rate. Here's The Last of Us Part 2 running on PS5 Pro. It has huge amounts of detail and targets a super smooth 60 frames per second. Let's compare this to the Fidelity mode on PS5, which is only running at 30 frames per second and is therefore much choppier. This goal of delivering almost fidelity-like graphics at performance frame rates has been achieved for a broad set of titles, including Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. We can see that PS5 Pro is close to doubling the power of PlayStation 5. Another way to compare the two consoles is to look at PS5 Pro versus Performance mode on PS5, both of which target 60 frames per second.
Okay, so now we're looking at performance
versus fidelity. Here is a difference in detail. PS5 Pro is much sharper and crisper than PS5.
But
for this, my favorite is the parade scene from Ratchet & Clank. Distant details are much clearer. And here we can see Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is noticeably higher resolution throughout the scene, including the trees and procedural cars. So overall, some remarkable improvement to the games. On PS5 Pro, we can see increased sharpness to the graphics or smoother and more responsive gameplay.
Okay.
This is the big three showing their value. As you've been seeing, machine learning via the PSSR library is being used quite broadly to add pixel detail and boost frame rate. But there are as many approaches as there are game engines. The increase in raw GPU power is being especially effective for Horizon Forbidden West. Apart from the detail boost, that extra graphics power is allowing for improvements to lighting and visual effects, as well as to the hair and the skin in cinematics.
Open up, guys. Dwarf's orders.
Good enough for me.
Ray tracing is finding broad usage as well, particularly when the games are focused on higher frame rates. The faster hardware in PS5 Pro can make a real difference, allowing Gran Turismo 7 to add ray-traced reflections between the cars in gameplay, while continuing to support their targeted 60 frames per second. That boost in ray tracing is also delivering big wins for Hogwarts Legacy, allowing not only for better reflections and a greater variety of reflective surfaces, but also for further realism in the casting of shadows. I hope you've enjoyed this run-through of the technology behind PlayStation 5 Pro. Simply put, it's the most powerful console we've ever built, and a worthy addition to the PS5 family. Let me wrap this up by giving you a quick look at a number of games running on the new console.
Well, no. That's... No, that can't be it. There's gotta be more to it than that. Wait. Wait, this doesn't come with a disk drive?
It'll be worth it.
Okay.
Okay, guys, so like we're seeing like Demon Souls and Ratchet & Clank and Last of Us Part 2. And these are all being shown on the PS5 Pro. Yeah, this is Assassin's Creed Shadows. Spider-Man 2. Hogwarts Legacy. Gran Turismo. Vertical stand. Whoa! Whoa! Hold up! I need to pause this. What? 700? What? $700? Vertical stand not sold separately. What? Okay, keep going. Keep going. November 7th of this year. Oh, and that's the end. Okay, cool. All right. What? What? Okay, hold on. I need to pause. I need to go back to this. What? $700 for? Okay. Okay. Look. So what we saw here, and it was a lot, like, okay, so according to Mark Cerny, and you kind of went over what is already on the PS5. I'm going to kind of like make this go a little bit lower so we can talk about this. So he talks about the 8-core Zen 2 CPU, which is the processor inside the system that allows them to do that, that allows the PS5 to do this, along with the RDNA 2 GPU, to show all, like, to kind of like have better fidelity. You have better you have ray tracing, which is a new graphic feature that has been used in this generation of consoles. The Tempest 3D audio, this is something that PlayStation has really been, like, that is probably the biggest feature that makes them, that sets them apart from, like, the other competitors, I believe, is I love the, like, I have the Pulse Elite headset, and I love them. I love using them. That's my favorite headset to use while playing games. Excuse me. I'm going to take that. And with the 3D audio, like, a lot of the stuff that they've been trying to do with this generation is with the audio, which I think is a great feature, because I think we've hit a part where graphically we really can't go forward, like, can't go up. I think the biggest thing now is how fast these systems are. Like, as he can kind of continues to talk about, is with the GPU and everything, is where he talks about how Mark Cerny talks about, like, how in Rift Apart, you're able to switch between worlds. Like, when you go through the portal, you're actually going to an actual different world. Or Marvel Spider-Man 2, when you have, like, this open, this is from when you fight Sandman, or when you switch between Peter and Miles almost instantaneously. So that's good. So he talks about everything from the PS5, and then he goes, okay, let's talk about the PS5 Pro. What does it do? What's different? What makes the Pro different? He talks about there's these 3 pillars for this. Let's get there. So it's a larger GPU, advanced ray tracing, and then AI upscaling. And so with the AI upscaling, it's PlayStation Spectral. Excuse me. It's called PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution. So what it does is that it scans all the pixels inside of it. And then, but this okay. So he uses this. Here is your fidelity, and I want to. I'm taking some time with this because this is. Okay, so this is on the PS5 Pro, and then he flips it over to the fidelity mode on the regular PS5. I can see with Ellie's running, yes, it is a little bit more choppy on the fidelity side, because the whole point of this whole thing with using these 3 pillars is that this is confusing, and I apologize if I'm jumping around. So first, larger CPU, let's backtrack. First, larger CPU is 67% more core units, 28% faster RAM, and up to 45% faster rendering. So we have a faster GPU with advanced ray tracing, and then the AI-driven upscaling, so then he uses the examples. I can barely see a difference between these two, because they're using fidelity versus Pro, and what the thing with the current PlayStation or the PS5 is, if you want better fidelity, which for me, that's what I like, because I don't really see a difference with the whole frame rate. And that's a personal choice. I understand a lot of people prefer performance, frame rate, especially when you're playing competitive shooters. But like, you have the whole point is to be able to not have the option. You're getting the highest fidelity and the best performance as possible. But I'm barely seeing a difference. Like, here is it on performance. This is, I think, the most telling way. Like what's the difference? I really can't tell the difference. I guess the difference is in Rift Apart. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is that you can see the characters further in the background clearer. Like, what? Like, and that's it. That's it. There's nothing like. The whole point of the PS5 Pro is that, oh hey, you don't have to choose between fidelity and performance. You get both, mostly. But for this price, $700? What? Okay, I need to pull up something. So I wanted to pull this up. This is from the PlayStation blog. And so it talks about more, like it's pretty much an article talking about what the presentation talked about. So, but it's able to go into a little bit more detail. So, let's see. Upgraded GPU, advanced ray tracing, higher frame rates, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Other enhancements include PS5 Pro Game Boost, which can apply more than 8,500 backward-compatible PS4 games playable on the PS5 Pro. This feature may stabilize or improve the performance of supported PS4 and PS5 games. Enhanced image quality for PS4 games is also available to improve the resolution on select PS4 games. PS5 Pro will also launch with the latest wireless technology, Wi-Fi 7, in territories supporting this standard. VRR and 8K gaming is supported also. Cool. The most expensive TVs are 8K currently. 4K is the norm right now, not 8K. So, I mean, and again, this is for the people who want the latest cutting edge, but this, I'll get there in a bit. It's humbling to see how game creators have embraced the latest technology from the PS5 Pro. And several games will be attached with the software updates featuring the Pro's features. Let's see. Okay, so some games you can look forward to include blockbuster from PlayStation Studios and our third-party partners such as Alan Wake 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Demon's Souls, Dragon's Dogma 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Gran Turismo 7, Hogwarts Legacy, Horizon Forbidden West, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, The Crew Motorfest, The Descendant, Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, and more. Kept the look of the PS5 Pro consistent with the overall PS5 family of products. Notice the height is the same as the original PS5, and the width the same size as the current PS5 model to accommodate higher performance specs. Players can add an Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive or swap out console covers when they become available. Are you kidding me? Because I'm a physical game guy. That right there, those are all my physical games. Even right up there, right there, those are all my PS5 games. There are a few games that I have digitally because they're only digital. And even then, like Alan Wake 2, I'm getting physically because they made a physical version. Baldur's Gate 3, I'm going to be buying that. Like I'm buying that physically from Baldur's Gate themselves, the developers of them. In order for me to play any of my physical disc games, I need to buy a separate disc drive in order to use it? Let's continue. The PS5 Pro fits perfectly with the PS5 family of products and is capable with the PS5 accessories currently available, including the PSVR 2, the PlayStation Portal, DualSense Edge, the Axis controller, the Pulse Elite and Pulse Explorer headsets. The user-facing network services will also remain the same as the PS5. The PS5 console will be available this holiday at manufacturer's suggested retail price, MSRP, of $699.99, $700 US, $699.99 GBP, $799.99 euros, and $119,980 JPY. Okay, including which includes tax. That's for, I believe, in Japan. It will include a 2 terabyte SSD, a DualSense controller, and a copy of Astro's Playroom, which is pre-installed in every PS5 Pro purchase, just like on a regular PS5. PS5 Pro is available as a diskless console with the option to purchase the currently available disk drive for PS5 separately. This is on PlayStation Direct. So they said that I can get the separate disk drive, which is the one that you can buy, because what PlayStation has done is they redid their model, like it's the PS5 Slim, but it's just now the new model. And pretty much you can buy this later for your digital version. So the current PS5, you can buy still digital or physical, and the physical version has the disk drive already installed into it. But now, so you're telling me I need to drop $800? How much is this dang stand? You know what? I'm just gonna search this right now. Freaking stand. We'll just do that. Can I see? Do you have it? $30. $30. An extra $100 before tax for the PS5 Pro. What do you mean? What do you mean? $700 for a small graphical upgrade? No, I love PlayStation. I am one of those guys that will buy stuff day one. I bought my PSVR 2 day one. I bought my Pulse Elite headset day one. I bought the PlayStation Portal day one. Of course I bought my PS5 day one. Like, even the PS4 Pro, was better in jumps. It was still small back at that time. But the difference was it was an extra, I believe, $100, maybe less, between the regular PS4 and the Pro. This is a $200 jump, plus doesn't have a disc drive for people like me who love physical games, and it doesn't come with a stand, which, when the PS5 came out, you gave us a stand in the way that you were like, this is the way that the PS5, it comes with a stand. Like, you got rid of it. You have been pulling more and more stuff away. How is this $700? I understand inflation and all of that, and I understand that there are costs to this and everything, but how are you supposed to expect someone to buy a new console for this? Again, asking people to drop $500 on the new generation of consoles, this generation of consoles, is a bit of a step, but people were able to do it. And again, the PS5 has been outselling the Xbox and so on and so on. Like, there is a reason why PlayStation has been doing really well. But also, the Nintendo Switch has been matching, if not outpacing, PS5 sales. Like, the Nintendo Switch is maybe reaching the point of the PS2, where the PS2 is the highest is the most number of consoles being sold. This is ridiculous. I love PlayStation. This is ridiculous. I don't understand this. This is crazy. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. If that was it, just the graphical, hey, look, you can do performance and fidelity at the same time. No. You have to offer more. You have to offer more. That is not enough. I will just be happy having my beautiful looking games on my current PS5 with my current monitor and everything. In order for me to show this off, I would need to get a freaking 8K TV. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I understand the business. I understand all of that. But I don't think you're going to get people to buy this. Day one? No, you're not. Absolutely not. And I love PlayStation. I am one of those guys. I'm not buying this day one. And until they either add more features or make this more important and give me a reason why I need to buy this, I'll just stick with my current PS5, my regular PS5, and be there until either they offer something better or this gets a massive price cut. Like, look, I have a PSVR 2, I bought the Horizon bundle, which was pretty much the same price of the PS5, a little bit more, and that's okay. I love the VR and all that kind of stuff, and you get a different experience. I love the PSVR, and I think it's the best VR console on the market. And it's very smart for PlayStation to make a PC adapter so that you can use it with your PC. And I think that's a reason for people to buy a PSVR, because there are people who use a VR system on PC more than on a game console. But I love the PSVR 2. It was so different. It added on top of the original PSVR. It does more things. It's like almost a whole new system in general. This does nothing to add to the current PS5. Nothing at all. I am not buying this until they either add more features or do a massive price cut. That's it. No. Freaking A. Oh my God. $700. I just, no. No, 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 no. Come on. Yeah, that's my opinion, and it sucks because we're getting this as a PlayStation fan. We're getting these massive like highs and lows. Concord being pulled and ended. Astrobot being such an amazing game is, and then this. And look, I'm going to be reviewing Astrobot, and I cannot wait to play that game. But oh my God, $700 for this PS5 Pro. $600, iffy, maybe. But $700, an extra $200 with no disk drive. And the stand is whatever, but like, oh my God. All right. That's it. That's it. Thank you for watching. I'm upset at this. Please tell me your opinions down in the comments below. I would love to hear what you say about this. I have a feeling you're going to be agreeing with me on this and all that kind of stuff. I don't think I am in the minority. I feel like I'm in the majority in this, but yeah, that's, woof. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. With all that being said, please subscribe to the channel, press the like button. We always appreciate that here. And also follow us at all of our social media platforms in the description below. And please let me know what you thought of the presentation, the PS5 Pro, just in general, all of it. Oy. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. With all that being said, I'm Brett J. Rasmussen, and as always, live to play, play together. I'll see you guys next time.